Hello, I'm Jody Wolf, and you're watching Expoz. It is September 30, 2017 at 12:04 a.m. in Birmingham. Discussion, John Kerry, Antarctica visit. And the dates have, are rather confounding me at the moment. They're not meshing up, but I'm going to give them to you. This is the itinerary. This is where it was planned. Whether he went to these places on these dates is yet to be, and I'll tell you that in a moment because 2 days are missing. Okay, 11/7/2016, November the 7th, 2 days before the election. He's on his way to the Antarctica. He arrives November 10th, and on the 12th, ordered to leave. So he arrived in New Zealand on the 12th, where there was an earthquake, and left on the 13th. Where on the 14th, he arrived in Oman. This is one of the tiny countries around the Persian Gulf there, where all the oil is in Saudi Arabia. Oman on the 14th. Then he leaves on the 15th. So the 16th, late 15th and 16th, he is in UAE, the United Arab Emirates. That's on the 16th. He departs. But it shows him as being in Morocco late the 15th and the 16th. So one of them didn't accept him. He landed and had lunch and took off. Then the 17th, he arrives in Peru and he leaves on the 18th. Guys, here's something here that's very, very troubling. So I'm going to skim through this to get to the muddy water, and there'll be more to it. I just don't know how it's going to fall in place, because right now you're looking at something that does not indicate anything about Kerry, but yet you're seeing a very important message. And I'm going to get to that in a moment. Here's what Kerry was supposed to have delivered to the Antarctica: the ashes of Justice Scalia. Remember, he was cremated on the second day after he died. Kerry was supposed to have those ashes. There was supposed to be a ritual in Antarctica with Scalia's ashes that Kerry brought. In Antarctica, I'm reading not accepted, I'm reading laughed at, and I'm reading told to leave. Now, let's go back to the Ark of Gabriel, which was supposed to have been in the South Pole or Antarctica at the time Kerry arrived. Brought by Russians with a 10-ship armada. But how did the Russians move it, and what happened to make them move it? Kerry left 7th of November and arrived the 10th. Where was he on the 8th and the 9th of November? No one knows. So let's get on in. Creel. What is the creel? It's marked 9/11. If you see below, it's marked November 9. This date has a very mystic but perhaps ritual meaning. The date the president was elected, Donald Trump, November 9. And up top, 911, and above that, Creel. What is Creel? He's the patriarch. he is the Kirill of Moscow, the religious leader of all Russia, the patriarch, the oldest, the wisest. He is the religious leader. He met with Pope, another religious leader of that world of 1.2 billion people. Both had to recite and carry out a ceremony over the Ark of Gabriel in order to move it. Why did they have to do that? Well, let me tell you one thing. Everything was left out and chalked up to accidents. First, when the equipment struck the Ark of Gabriel, it killed 15 people. And then the same day, another 105 to 107 people died. But no one chalked it up to what they were tapping into with a piece of heavy equipment. And when attempted to move it or move a lid, it's not clear, a blue arc went out and killed 4,000 of the people that were there in Mecca. And keep in mind, there was well over 1 million. 4,000 dropped dead. They chalked that up, said it was a stampede of people running because apparently of a crane falling or something like that. That's not true. All right, I'm going to try to move this quickly because I'm not going to finish. So, it was moved prior to Kerry visit. Kerry carried ashes, Justice SCALIA. Kerry came uninvited, did not use protocol, kicked out according to WikiLeaks. And when he went to New Zealand earthquake and left from there, other things occurred. But in any case, one more time, the dates, the 7th and the 8th. Where was John Kerry? And then why did he go back to Peru? These are a lot of questions that we're still trying to answer. And the guy, MRCATI, or Mr. Katie, he is looking too. And he's on the trail of something, and I'm following this guy right now. So you have what I have at the moment, and believe me, we got a long way to go. But know one thing, Kerry failed miserably because of one thing. If God said Trump was going to be president, it didn't matter what you carried, how you carried it, who you went to, who you visited. They cannot override God in any way. Keep in mind, greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. Keep that in mind. No one overrides God. And those of you who are Christian, you have the Spirit of God in you today, right now. But some of you, well, a lot of you don't have it. And that's why you're doing these foolish things, ceremonies and so forth. Jody Wolf, Expoz.